guys, so welcome back to my channel. So today I decided to sit down and talk about something that I did in the month of January that I have actually, come to think of it, never done before. About my goals for 2020 and the things I wanted to sort of be better at. I kind of mentioned and talked about financial independence, and I think I kind of alluded to the fact that I'm doing something like this. So anyway, for the month of January, I challenged myself to not spend any money ish. So obviously I say ish because as a human being, a functioning adult living in a capitalist society, it is impossible, I think, personally, to function without having to spend money in one regard or the other. So that is just one thing to keep in mind. It's probably virtually impossible in today's society to really literally go an entire month without spending any money. Maybe an entire week you could, but I think a month is kind of impossible. Although I know there might be some people out there that are able to achieve this, but I am not one of them. I don't really aspire to that. Now, the point of doing this was to become more financially sensible, you know, just more financially responsible as well. And because I just was finding myself spending a lot of money, not even on like clothes and stuff, but like on food. You know, I would, after my workout, because my gym is close to like a grocery store, I'd find myself, because I was hungry post-workout, I find myself, you know, finding an excuse to go into the store to pick up one thing or the other, which I really didn't need. So I just wanted to use this challenge as a way to become just more sensible financially. And also tying into that, I wanted to be able to save more money, just because obviously November and December were kind of like a high spend month for me because there was Black Friday. I did, you know, holiday shopping, decorating the house and whatnot. And I know I didn't need to, you know, take part in, you know, Black Friday shopping or Boxing Day shopping and whatnot. And I could have been more mindful in terms of what I was spending my money on. But it so happened that I had spent my money and I was needing to just kind of slow down, save my money, and just get my savings back up again. And then finally, I just really wanted to be more intentional and mindful about the way that I was spending money, and as such about the things I was bringing into my life. One of the things that I touched on in my resolution video was that I wanted to be a little more sustainable and kind of have a sustainability mindset. And I think sustainability and mindfulness kind of go hand in hand. If you want to be more sustainable, you would be more intentional about what items you brought into your life and making sure that whatever you bring into your life has functionality and actual usefulness besides wanting to satisfy whatever urge you wanted to satisfy. But yeah, so those were the, I guess, 4 main reasons that I decided to kind of go on this challenge. I guess I should just start off by saying, did I succeed? Kind of, but not really, because as the end of the month rolled by, there are some personal things that kind of propped up in my life that I had to take care of, and unfortunately had to do with me spending money. So by the end of the month, let's just say around January 28th, this whole challenge had like gone down the drain. But that being said though, I still found it useful and valuable, and I'm really glad I did it. And I will kind of talk about that at the end of the video. So let's just talk about a few caveats here. So like I said, the plan wasn't to not spend money at all. So I really only narrowed it down to the essentials. I would only spend money on groceries and bills. So phone bills, important subscriptions that I need, to like my Audible subscription. I think that's, oh yeah, my gym membership, and I think those are the only 2 big subscriptions. If I've forgotten any and I remember, I'll just put it on the screen somewhere. So that being said, let's just backtrack. So like the first day of the month of the year, January 1st, I went I had followed my friend to pick up a few food items. It's not like I needed any food, I just accompanied him. And I saw a couple juices that I liked. And right off the bat, I spent like $12 on 2 bottles of juices that I really didn't need, but my eyes wanted them. I wanted them, I got them, but right off the bat there, I was already spending money that I did not need to spend. So, you know, they say old habits die hard, and I really do believe that. But anyway, so that happened. But then the things I really needed to, the things I stopped doing was, first of all, I stopped that month, I let my lashes grow out. So right now I actually do have falsies on. Usually my lash extensions were like a bi-weekly expense, and every 2 weeks, unfailingly, I would go to my lash technician and she would do a refill for me, and I spent like $55 doing refills, and I do that every 2 weeks. And I had been getting lash extensions since like, I want to say July of 2019. So just kind of add that up, every 2 weeks, $50 minus the initial cost of like the full extension, which I think was maybe 80 something, I don't remember. But you know, it adds up, and just being able to cut that out, I think really helped my bank account this month. I did January 3rd get my lashes refilled. I did like a refill on my lashes, but that was because I had booked the appointment before deciding I was going to go on this challenge. I mean, I know I could have, you know, canceled the appointment, but I'd already booked it and I was kind of committed to it. But I didn't go back and refill it 2 weeks later. So like middle of the month in January, I didn't do it. I just let it grow out. And then another thing that I stopped doing was I stopped getting my nails done. So I was thinking about it, and I think all through last year, all through 2019, I would always get my nails done. I hadn't seen my real nails in over a year, and that was kind of disturbing. So I decided, you know what, in the spirit of this challenge, I think I'm just going to finally, you know, let my natural nails breathe and let them grow out. I don't even think I really want to go back to getting nail extensions, fake nails, whatever. And another thing I spent money on was a new tub of protein powder and a new thing of pre-workout. So those for me are kind of essentials for my physique goals. And the reason, I know you don't need supplements and you don't need to spend money on them, but I find them useful, and I find that this is something that I actually really truly need and I really do find value in. So for me, the protein powder is just to help to meet my daily protein goals, because I seem to not eat enough protein. And then the pre-workout is to just give me a little bit of a push in the gym, just to give me that extra energy and resolve to keep going. So I got a tub of pre-workout and a tub of protein powder. And then I also really needed to buy a shaker bottle, but I didn't, because I just couldn't find the one that I wanted. So I just refrained from getting that altogether. I also spent some money getting presents for a couple close friends that had, actually 3 friends that had birthdays back to back to back. And I know I could have not, but I considered it a worthy thing to do, because you know, these are people that are important to me and they mean a lot to me, and I figured why another way to show that I value their friendship and them being in my life was to, you know, show that I remembered their birthday and get them something thoughtful. So I just didn't go and just get, you know, anyhow gifts. I kind of made sure that this is something, I got them something that they would like, enjoy, and truly appreciate, and they absolutely did, and it was worth it, and I didn't mind spending money in that regard. And another thing that came up was with my wig. So right now I kind of have a half blonde, half dark wig going on, and honestly I was kind of tired of the look and I really wanted it to just be one uniform color. So I was really tempted to spend money on like black dye and just dye the hair black, but I had to really think, like, when it comes down to it, it's really not that important, and honestly I can just rock this wig for a little longer until, you know, I feel like getting something else. And I was able to kind of deal with it and didn't find the need to dye the hair anymore. And then last but not the least, in terms of things that I kind of purchased but probably didn't need to, I purchased a custom made 18 karat gold over sterling ring from a brand called Rellery, and I think it came up to about $77 US. I don't know what that is in Canadian, but including shipping and whatnot. And this was not an impulse purchase whatsoever at all. So I decided to get it custom made by having something engraved on the ring, because at that point I was kind of going through some pretty deep mental stuff, and I just needed a reminder of, you know, the importance of life and the importance of going on. And I figured, you know what, getting this symbol engraved in the ring that I can wear every day is, I believe, a perfect reminder of what I was trying to remind myself, a perfect way to remind myself of, you know, just hope, right? So I got that, and like I said, it wasn't an impulse buy, because I have for months now been thinking about really investing in good quality jewelry pieces that won't fade or, you know, start turning brown or whatever, like the cheap ones that you get from like Forever 21, H&M. So it's something I've been thinking about for probably almost a year now, but just didn't really want to put out the money. But like I said, with the personal mental thing that kind of happened to me in the month, I figured, you know what, now is the perfect time to do this. And it made me really feel better, you know, spending my money on that thing, because it was money spent on something that mattered to me, and it wasn't just like another random impulse buy. So I will be honest, towards the end of the month, I was kind of looking forward to the end of the month, because I kind of missed just randomly walking into a grocery store and getting food, trying new food and stuff. And, you know, it really got me thinking, okay, maybe I do have like a shopping problem if I'm missing walking into a grocery store and I don't need to, right? So I think this challenge was a fail, because the point was to only spend on groceries and bills and other important things that came up that I absolutely needed to pay, like, I don't know, a speeding ticket or something. But I still found myself spending on other things, which is why I think it was a fail. But it was a fail with a cause, because I learned a lot about my shopping habits, and I really learned about the importance of really thinking about what I'm bringing into my life, and not just randomly scrolling on Amazon and purchasing stuff that I really don't need. In a world where we are, I want to say, we're so hypersensitive to everything. So you go on Instagram, there is an ad for one thing or the other, just kind of encouraging you to spend money when you really don't. It becomes a little tricky to not want to, you know, fall into that and spend money when you really don't need to. And it's not like I stopped using Instagram or Snapchat or anything like that. You know, you should be happy with what you have and only be bringing stuff into your life if they have a real true functionality to them, and not just because your favorite influencer told you to go buy it, right? But yeah, all in all, I think this challenge has really opened my eyes to the fact that I really do need to be conscious about the way I'm spending money if I really want to become financially responsible. I don't need to buy this or this or this or this just because someone said it's good. Because it's good for them doesn't mean it's going to be good for me. I really need to scrutinize and do my research before I actually purchase stuff and bring it into my life, because once it's in your life, it's so much more difficult to get rid of it. And even if you just get rid of it, it becomes someone else's problem and it just becomes waste and just garbage, right? But yeah, that is everything. I thought I would just come on here and share with you guys how that went. Like I said, I thought it was a fail because I still spent money when I shouldn't have, but at the same time I learned a lot about my spending habits and it was an eye-opener. I'm going to stop talking now. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Let me know what about this video you guys enjoyed, and if this is something you guys would try out. in the future just to reduce your spend and reduce your own personal consumption? I'd be really interested in hearing your ideas. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. It really does help my channel out. And that's pretty much all I have to share, and I will see you guys in my next video.